Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Chester County Intermediate Unit Virtual College Fair. My name is Isabella. I'll be your facilitator for this session. We're so excited to have you all here. We have 6 great institutions here to share a little bit more about what each of them do. Each will have 6 minutes to present to you, but we do want you to send your questions throughout the entire session through the Q&A. So your camera and microphone are off. They'll remain off throughout the full session. Our panelists cannot see or hear you, but send those questions throughout the entire session through that Q&A button on your screen. There'll be a breakout room that you'll see me send in the chat as we approach the end of our session today, where our college presenters will be around to answer your questions in a more one-on-one setting after the session wraps up. This session is also being recorded, and that recording will be available in the coming days at strivescan.com/Chester County. So keep an eye out for that if you need to return to any of this information. But with that, I'll go ahead and pass things over to our first presenter, which is YTI Career Institute.
So hi, everyone. My name is Kimberly Yingling, and I am the Assistant Director of Admissions at YTI Career Institute. And I'm also joined today by Mark Johnson, who's a Career Program Specialist with YTI Career Institute. So today we're going to discover a little bit more about YTI. So 5 great things about YTI. We were born and raised in South Central Pennsylvania, in York to be exact, back in 1967. We're 54 years old, and we've been doing technical and career-based education ever since. So we have a lot of flexible career training programs and a great team here to support you. So from admissions to educational funding to our educational department, who they're all from the industry that they're training you for, and all the way through to career services, who, in my opinion, probably the most important department. They're there to assist you in finding a position in your career path upon graduation. But prior to that, they're going to help you with your resume, your cover letter, the interview process to make sure that you're prepared to hit the ground running. So to tell you a little bit more about our locations, we have 3 locations in Pennsylvania. Again, we started out in York, which is where our flagship campus is located, moving on to our Lancaster campus, which houses the Pennsylvania School of Culinary Arts. So you'll find our kitchens there, and the additional campus in Altoona for our respiratory therapy program. So the programs that we offer business administration, business operations management, our culinary arts and restaurant management program. We also offer a pastry arts program, computer aided drafting and design, computer and data management. We have many healthcare programs, dental assisting, expanded function dental assisting, health information management, medical assistant, medical billing and coding, respiratory therapy, veterinary technician, and then in skilled trades, electrical technology, electronic engineering technology, and HVACR, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration. We teach in a lot of different methods at YTI. We have really adapted because of COVID. And so we teach in all on 100% online programs. We also have programs that are a blend of online for your didactic or classroom learning, and then on campus for labs. And in addition to that, some programs also have externship, where you would be working in the career field at the very tail end of your program with employers. And then we also offer programs like our respiratory therapy program, which is going to be a blend of online classes and then clinical. So you never attend a physical campus for that program, but you will also get the hands-on training that you need. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, and we do have wonderful educational funding specialists to help you with your investment of your education and navigating the good old FAFSA. So we also offer scholarship opportunities exclusive to high school seniors, so they can come in full and partial tuition scholarships. And there's more information on our website at www.yti.edu for the scholarship. So application to our programs is very simple. I do encourage you to apply now. We have an easy automated enrollment process that will take you step by step from completing the online application to meeting with educational funding and uploading documents or signing documents online. We live in a virtual world now, so we now have a virtual enrollment process. So that can be found at yti.edu/apply. So I hope you've seen something that maybe you're encouraged to take a closer look at, and that you'll be joining us for classes after you complete your final year of high school. Thanks for discovering YTI with us today.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kimberly and Mark, for taking the time to share a little bit more about YTI. Next up, we have Worcester Polytechnic Institute.
Hello, folks. My name is Giovanni Interiano. I'm one of the associate directors here at WPI in Massachusetts, in Worcester, Massachusetts. A little bit about us. We were founded in 1885. We have about 4,700 students on our campus. So we're about a medium-sized school with 40% of our student body identifying as women, 14% identifying as students of color, and 9% identifying as international students. So we have a good diverse campus, both in and out of the classroom. We have about 50 majors available for our students, ranging in anything within the realms of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We have 12 engineering majors alone, programs like business management, psychological sciences, even a game design program in computer science, of course. If you're unsure what you want to do, we do have a pretty sizable undeclared population coming in. In fact, when you get accepted into WPI, not directly your major. You can declare your major as early as the second half of your first year, but you have until your sophomore year to be able to do that. Double majors and minors are very popular with our students, having a 4 to 5 year option for bachelor's and master's programs as well. And we're doing something right, because about 95% of our students, or rather our retention rate is about 95%, meaning students coming back from their first to second year. WPI is a bit unique in terms of how we lay out our year. We have 4 7-week terms instead of having 2 traditional semesters. Within those 7 weeks, you're taking 3 classes, and those classes meet every day. So it's not an abridged curriculum at all whatsoever. And you have about a 10-day break between each break, within each term, and the traditional month-long break between B and C term. We do have a different way of grading as well, getting a grade of A, B, C, or what we call an NR, which is just that, a no record. So if you receive anything below a C at WPI, it doesn't come up on your transcript, which really encourages our students to take academic risks. WPI is very project-based, with 3 huge projects that you have to complete, humanities and arts being the first one that you encounter during your sophomore year, because we want to make sure that you're well-rounded. It's not just about the STEM. And then also having an IQP during your junior year, which allows you to work with people from different majors across the world, and a major qualifying project as well. The IQP can take you anywhere around the world with a scholarship of up to $5,000 to put that. And it isn't traditional study abroad, You work with project centers in communities and really tackle the problems that those communities are encountering. So you're thinking outside of the box with your major. In terms of campus life, we have 20 Division III sports available. We are a residential campus with 235 clubs and organizations. I'm sure my colleagues will tell you the same for their schools, but we really do have something for everyone, ranging from Greek life to affinity groups to even a lettuce club that meets annually to compete to eat a head of lettuce. Worcester is right smack dab in the middle of Massachusetts, the second largest town or city rather in New England, with about 11 other colleges and universities in the area. We have 5 different decision deadlines for you, 2 early decision, 2 early action, and a regular decision. Keep in mind that early decision is binding, so that means you're withdrawing your applications from any other school if you get accepted. If you want none of the commitment, then that's why we have early action available for you. And then regular decision is by far probably one of the toughest folks, with an 11% acceptance rate. So keep that in mind when you're choosing a round to apply for. We're on the Common App with no fee this year at all whatsoever. We're test blind, so we're not looking at the SAT or the ACT. And then in the transcript, I look for rigor, the types of math and science classes that you take, particularly pre-calc by your senior year, and your grade performance across the board. What I look for is the students that are going to be academically motivated, but also involved in our community, the folks that want to collaborate, but also have a passion for STEM and humanities at the same time, to be that well-rounded student. In terms of financial aid, we're about $70,000 for the full year. About 97% of our students get some sort of aid, with specialty scholarships for students who participate in VEX or FIRST robotics and Girls Who Code as well. We need both the FAFSA and the CSS profile to be able to give students a financial aid package. And lastly, folks, that is my email address, but I will be dropping it in the chat. If you have any questions about WPI, the WPI plan, or student life on campus, please reach out to me. It was a pleasure, folks. Thank you for joining us.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Gio, for taking the time to share a little bit more about Worcester Polytechnic Institute. I do want to take a quick moment before I pass it off to our next presenter to make another plug for that Q&A. So if you have any questions from either of the institutions you've already heard from or any of the ones you're about to hear from, don't forget that you can send those questions at any point. There's no need to save them till the end of the session through that Q&A you see on your screen. But with that, I'll go ahead and pass things over to Lawrence Technological University.
Thank you very much. Hi, my name is Spencer Manson. I'm an admission advisor here for Lawrence Tech for the state of Pennsylvania. So you guys have and Missouri as well, and also the thumb area of Michigan. So if you have any questions about anything, feel free to let me know. So this is Lawrence Tech. We're located in Southfield, Michigan. It's about 25 minutes north of Detroit. Southfield's not really that large of a city. Behind Lawrence Tech right there, you see those gold buildings. That is actually all the businesses and all the corporations, stuff like that, that are pretty much making Southfield, what it is today. We have a lot of students working there. And then behind us, where you can't really see, is a lot of residential areas. So houses, apartments, things like that. So we have a really nice kind of blend between a city and kind of a rural area. And we're right in the middle, about 3,000 students on our campus. We're a private school. And you can kind of see most of our campus right here. Student services on the left, engineering and architecture and design are around us as well. So what really separates Lawrence Tech though is we have 4 different colleges within our university: College of Arts and Sciences, College of Engineering, College of Architecture and Design, and the College of Business and IT. There's a little map where we're located and some of our statistics. We really try to specialize this idea of theory and practice, where you're going to be getting theory in the classroom, and then that practice aspect is going to be you in labs and internships and co-ops, things like that. So about 75% of our students will work in a co-op or internship while they're at Lawrence Tech. And then you'll start your major classes freshman year, because we want to make sure that you're making the right decision. So even if you know you want to go into mechanical engineering, or you want to go into architecture, or you want to go into computer science, we're going to make you take intro to computer science, intro to engineering, intro to architecture, just to make sure that you know exactly what kind or what specificity you want to go towards, just to make sure that you're making the right decision. Here's all of our programs. There are over 100 programs that we offer. If you see a double asterisk on the screen, that's a program that you can get a bachelor's and a master's degree kind of in one fall swoop. So what you can do there typically is you would get your master's degree kind of starting your junior year of your bachelor's degree. So you finish in 6 years. So that's what makes us stand out. Our architecture program is #1 in Michigan, one of the top in the country. You can become a certified architect in 6 years, when typically it takes you about 8 to 10 to do that anywhere else. We also have architectural engineering, we can do that too, and then computer science as well. We're mostly also known for nursing, engineering. Our business school is the highest accreditation you can get. Only 5% of universities have our accreditation, the AACSB. And then we also are really big with electrical and civil engineering. So to move on to the next slide is that idea of theory and practice, as I mentioned. So if you kind of go clockwise throughout, you can see our drafting labs up on top. All of our architectural design classes are going to be studio based. Then you have our nursing lab on the top right, state-of-the-art simulation nursing lab, where we get you in there right away. Structural testing center on the bottom right, SAE garage on the bottom left, and then our chemistry lab right there. And we really try to push that you're either going to work in your field or work with faculty doing research in some regard, whatever program you go into. So we really try to make sure that we are partnered with industry very closely, and that you can either get a career in that field once you graduate, or you can move on to going to grad school, whatever field you want to go into. And then in the bottom left corner, there's the LTU zone. That's a really big important factor for our students. It's a free laptop initiative. We're going to be giving a laptop loaded up with all the programs that your major will require. We speak with the industry and ask them, hey, what is it that a computer science major is going to need? What's an engineer going to need? And then we provide that to you for free. So if you need CAD, SOFTWorks, Photoshop, whatever, we'll provide that to you. Then any updates that come by, we will give those to you automatically. Residential wise, we have 4 residence halls on campus. So you want to commute all the way from where you're at right now, because we are obviously in Michigan, so it'd be a bit far. But you would start out in East Hall. state-of-the-art campus that we just designed. So it has everything from indoor bike storage to a second rec center. It has a kitchenette area, a stadium-style seating with projector screen wall for you to watch movies and games and things on. We also have music practice rooms, video game rooms. Everything there is included. Laundry's free, parking's free, utilities are free. Parking's also right next door to the campus right there, next to the residence hall. So it's like maybe a minute walk at best. We also have tons of organization on our campus, everything from fraternities, sororities, club sports, intramural, D&D, video games, everything you might need. We also are NAIA athletics because we are a smaller school. So we focus on that, smaller school kind of circuit. So we have everything from football, baseball, basketball, softball. We just added esports and cheer. Those aren't listed right there. Those are two that we offer. So you can see the picture of our esports arena on the top right. If you want to do that, just fill out a recruitment form. There are scholarships available. One of the next big portions about us is that out-of-state scholarship portion. I want to mention that you will get reviewed for a merit-based scholarship when you apply and get accepted. And then as an out-of-state student, you're going to get a scholarship just for being an out-of-state student. So that'll be added directly on top of your merit scholarship. That's $5,000 that goes on top. And then your merit scholarship will be reviewed by me when I read your application. I'm looking for math, science, social science, English classes, any sort of AP, IB, honors, advanced classes get a grade bump. And then that would go towards your scholarship and acceptance. We are test optional this year. I can see that being a thing continuously, but we're kind of going case by case, year by year right now. But so if you're a senior right now, don't worry about sending those test scores if you don't want to. And then obviously that post-graduation aspect. So 92% of our students have jobs in their field at time of graduation. Average starting salary is about $59,000 a year. And then we're one of the top in the nation for earning boosting potentials. So the money you'll make once you graduate, average mid-year salary is around $100,000. So our students are really set up for success as they go through LTU, and they're ready to go to work once they're done. You can see on the bottom, career services really helps you out finding an internship and co-op. Contact information right here. I'm going to put that in the slide as well, or the chat as well afterwards. Text, call, email, whatever you prefer. But that's my time. Thank you, guys.
Great. Thank you so much, Spencer, for taking a little time to share more about Lawrence Technological University. Next up, we have Capital Technology University.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Malia Pauls. I am an admissions recruiter at Capital Technology University. I hope you are doing well. I am going to just breeze right through this presentation. Capital Technology University was founded in 1927, so we have nearly 100 years under our belt. We started off as a radio school, and as of this very moment, we are the only private university in the state of Maryland dedicated to STEM. So engineering, cybersecurity, computer sciences, tech management, information sciences, etc. We are located in Laurel, Maryland, which is smack dab in the middle between Baltimore and Washington, D.C. So we do have quite a few job opportunities for you guys. We're going to talk a little bit more about jobs in a little bit, but each of these little pin cushions basically represent a government entity or a corporation of some sort that relates to STEM that our students have gone to work for locally. I do want to mention we are also about 10 miles away from NASA Goddard Space Flight Center, about less than 5 miles away from one of the CIA offices, FBI headquarters, etc. So sometimes you might see some of those agencies be recruiting from on campus. These are some of our program, well, all of our undergraduate programs that we have at Capital, starting with astronautical engineering, computer engineering technology, computer science, construction information technology and cybersecurity, and so on. We also just rolled out our brand new esports management program this semester, actually. So if you're interested in that, we also have a gaming minor for undergrad. So if you're interested in gaming, feel free to let me know, and I can send your information over to the esports management director. We also have the best cybersecurity program in the nation as of 2020. We also have the best cybersecurity professor / chair, who is our very beloved Dr. Butler. And we are very proud to say that out loud sometimes. So I just wanted to brag a little bit. And we do have that ABET accreditation. If anyone is looking for a job and they ask if your program has the ABET accreditation, you can say that we do. Admissions requirements for anybody that is interested in engineering. So anything off of this list that ends with engineering, we have a minimum weighted GPA requirement of a 3.0, 4 years of math, 3 years of science, and for non-engineering students, which is everything else on the list, for our programs, it is a minimum GPA requirement of a 2.5 at the very least. 3 years of math, 2 years of science, and 2 years of a social science. This is actually old information. We no longer accept the SAT and ACT scores. If you would like to send them in, you can, but we do not need them anymore after COVID. We just haven't had a use for them anymore. But moving forward to the cost of attendance very quickly. The cost of attendance with housing is between $32,000 and $36,000 a year. Now, a lot of schools do raise your tuition between 3% and 4% throughout your 4 years in college. Now, Capital, we have a guarantee, one of a few guarantees that we do have, one of many, I should say, guarantees that we do have. And one of them is that all full-time students who keep their student account current will not have their tuition increase, more than 1% per 4 years that you are at Capital. Now, that sounded like a lot of money, but we do have scholarship opportunities available to you. First-time freshmen can receive up to $12,000 per year. That's about half of the tuition at the very least, which is good. Again, we do not need to have the SAT and ACT requirements at all. We offer merit scholarships as well for transfer students. We offer $5,000 a year scholarships for anybody who is in a robotics or cyber competitor scholarship, cyber competitor team. We also offer a lot of different $5,000 scholarships for other programs as well. And we also offer a full tuition scholarship through our Capital Scholars Program. If you would like to get more information about that, please let me know. Fast facts, we have it's between a 12 and 16 to 1 student-teacher ratio. 60% of students represent a minority population, and 82% of our students have had a job offer within 90 days of graduation. And that is because of our Capital commitments. Again, we do have quite a few guarantees for you. And one of them, which is highly important for all of our students, because that's what you go to college for, is to get a job by the time you're done graduating and to make some pretty good money. So our Capital commitment basically states that we guarantee that you will get a job within 90 days of graduation in your field of study at a competitive salary. And the competitive salary on average for our students starts at about $60,000 to $75,000 a year. And a lot of the time, students do end up getting up to $100,000 a year, even prior to graduation. These are some of the internship opportunities that we have available to our students via our Career Services Office. So again, NASA Goddard Space Flight Center is down the road. We also work with the Department of Defense, Lockheed Martin, Verizon, Booz Allen Hamilton, and so on. If there are any jobs and placements that you really wish to work for, you're definitely going to have an opportunity here at Capital. All right, this slide always gives me a hard time, but we do have housing on campus through Innovators Hall. They are apartment style, and they are fully furnished and fully equipped with all the things that you could possibly need when living on campus. We do have links. You can take a snapshot of these QR codes if you'd like. We do offer campus visits. You can request more information. I would be your admissions counselor, so you can feel free to contact me if you'd like. Send me an email. You can send me a text to my work cell, whatever's comfortable for you. And that is my time. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Malia, for taking the time to share a little bit more about Capital Technology University. Before I pass things off to our next presenter, I want to take another moment to make a quick plug for that Q&A. So if you have any questions about the 4 institutions you've already heard from, or any about the 2 that still remain within our session today, don't forget that you do not need to save them till the end of our session. You can send those at any point through the Q&A you see on your screen right now. But with that, we'll go ahead and pass things over to Thaddeus Stevens College of Technology. And I'm so sorry. It looks like we have lost our Thaddeus Stevens College of Technology presenter. So we'll hope, oh, I see them connecting right now. Hi, Ian, welcome.
My apologies, I'm having some technical difficulties, but I should be good now. Let's see here.
No problem, the floor is yours.
All righty. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Ian Steckel, and I work with Thaddeus Stevens College in their admissions department. I have a slideshow here I wanted to share with everyone, just going over some general information on the school. So yeah, we'll get to it. Here's my contact information if anyone want to reach out after today's presentation with any questions. So just some facts on Stevens College. We offer affordable and high quality education here at our school. We're located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We have 5 different campus locations throughout the Lancaster city area. We were founded in 1905 through a gift from Thaddeus Stevens, the founder of our institution. He left a gift to the state of Pennsylvania at the start of the school. We have around 1,200 students at our school currently. 50% are resident, 50% are commuter, and we have on-campus housing with 6 different residence halls on 2 of our main campuses. We have 25 different programs to study. And when you graduate from here, you would have an Associates of Applied Sciences, and we have a really high job placement rate. So Lancaster, PA, we're a great place to be right now. We're one of the top 75 cities in the United States to live in currently. There's always something to do, from music festivals to cultural events. And our main campus area is about a half mile from the downtown area, pictured here on the screen. And we have some of the best and freshest food you can find in the world with the farmlands that surround our area. When we're looking at tuition costs, our year's tuition is around $8,400, which is really competitive when you're looking at other top technical colleges in the Pennsylvania area. One thing I'd like to mention too about our students is that when they graduate with a 2-year degree from Thaddeus Stevens College, they have a really low student loan debt ratio. Around $8,500 is the average student loan debt for a 2-year graduate, and about 90% of our students pay off that student loan debt the first year after they graduate and get into the workforce. So it's great to know you have the option of coming out with a minimal student loan debt and being able to pay it off in a timely fashion after you graduate. When we're looking at our programs to study, I think we have something to offer pretty much anyone that's looking to really get into the technological and trade field, as well as business administration, as we do have a 2-year program for our business administration. We have everything from working with computers, engineering, working with your hands in carpentry or welding, working on cars and automotive. We have something for everyone here at Thaddeus Stevens College, and all our programs are industry advised and stay up to industry standards. And when you come here to Thaddeus Stevens College, you'll be a full-time student Monday through Friday from 7 o'clock in the morning till around 4 or 5 o'clock in the late afternoon, early evening. You'll be here on campus. But what's great about our education here is that at least 50% of your time, closer to 75 in most of our programs, at least that time there, you'll be getting hands-on experience working in your field of study instead of sitting in class, listening to lectures all day. So it's great to know you're gonna get that experience. We have relatively small class sizes as most of our programs. We only accept 25 students each year to most of our programs, except for the ones listed on the screen. But it's great to know that your instructors will know you on a first name basis, and you'll also know most of your classmates as well. Any seniors that are on the call, I highly recommend applying this fall. As December, we start sending out those acceptance letters, and those 25 spots could get taken up pretty quickly, leaving only a few left in the spring for students that apply then. So any seniors that are interested in our school, I highly recommend applying in the fall of your senior year. We have 5 intercollegiate teams here at Thaddeus Stevens College competing in the junior college ranks. It's a great opportunity for anyone that's looking to maybe get noticed by some NCAA schools that maybe just want to go to a 2-year college before going to the 4-year school, to come here and get noticed and advance your academic and your athletic careers here at the 2-year level. When you come to Thaddeus Stevens, we encourage our students after their first year, between the summer of their first and second year, to take on an internship. Around 3/4 of our students do. And what's awesome is that 100% of our students last year that took on an internship during the summer were paid, and they're averaging around $15 an hour. When you graduate here with a 2-year degree, you're most likely going to land a job. I'm 97% sure of it, as we do have a 97% job placement rate, with some of our majors having 100% job placement rate upon graduation. Lots of our students also have jobs lined up prior to graduating from here. So it's great to know you have that. And our median starting salary is on $42,000, which is a really competitive salary, even comparing it to some 4-year colleges. And what we're looking for in applicants, high school graduates looking to graduate, high school graduates or anyone in high school still looking to graduate after their senior year with at least a 2.0 GPA or higher. We do take test scores into consideration if you have them, but they are not required as we do have our own entrance exam. So if you meet those benchmark scores, you do not have to take our entrance exam in order to get admitted to our school. And how to apply? Our application's open. It opens on September 1st of every year. And anyone that is looking to apply needs to go to stevenscollege.edu/apply. And there's also a logo on our front page that you can click on. It's a red rectangle at the top. And all you need initially with your application is application fee and your high school transcripts. Coming up here this Saturday, if anyone would want to come to the Lancaster area to visit our school, we do have our fall open house, an awesome opportunity to learn more about the school and really get a feel of what it's like to be a Thaddeus Stevens College student. And that's everything for me. Feel free to jot down my contact information and reach out anytime to ask any questions. Thank you, everyone.
Great. Thank you so much, Ian, for sharing a little bit more about Thaddeus Stevens. I'm glad that we were able to get you back within our session presenting and everything went great. So thank you so much for that. But now we'll go ahead to our final presenter for this session, which will be Pennsylvania College of Technology.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining this afternoon. My name is Katie Burke. I'm an admissions counselor at Penn College, or Pennsylvania College of Technology. And I'll just give you a high-level overview of what we have to offer. I do first just want to make the distinction of our logo because you might recognize that Penn State logo. So we are a special mission affiliate of Penn State, but we operate as a completely separate college. So we have all of our own majors and processes as well as admissions criteria, which I'll touch on at the end of the presentation here. But at Penn College, we have over 100 diverse majors for our students to choose from. And we offer certificates, we have associate degrees, we also have bachelor's degrees, we have a combined bachelor's master's for our physician assistant program, and we just added a brand new master's in nursing education. So you have lots of options when you're choosing not only your degree program, but also what you want to major in. Some of those majors are going to include baking and culinary. We have IT majors, which are very popular. Welding's another popular major. Nursing, human services and restorative justice, if you're thinking of like criminal justice or maybe psychology, something like that. So we have lots of different options to choose from, whether it's going to be one of those trades or you want to do something more on like the business administration side. What you can expect with all of your programs, though, is that you're going to have hands-on experience. So in your first semester, you're going to get to dive right into your program and right into the labs, some of which you can see at the bottom of this slide here. So you will take like your math and English courses as a typical college student, but then you'll also get to focus on what you want to do once you graduate from college and what your dream job is and getting that hands-on experience right away in the first semester. So next you'll see that we have our graduate placement rate, our 3-year average of 96.2%. So our students are finding jobs many times even before they graduate. One of the things that I think really helps with this is that students can work with career services on campus. Our career services office is absolutely amazing. You can meet with them in your first semester. They will help you print business cards. You can work with them to build up your resume. They will also have a career fair twice a year, once every semester, where they're bringing hundreds of employers to our campus just to meet with our Penn College students for internships and employment opportunities as well. So definitely work with them as soon as you get to campus, but you also have your faculty and instructors to rely on as well. All of your faculty will have experience in the industries that they are now teaching in. They've all worked in those industries. They have very diverse career paths. So they're going to be an awesome resource for you as you're going through the program. And that ties in nicely with our average class size of 16. So that means you're getting even more face time with those professors and instructors. And then you're also getting more hands-on time with your equipment in your program. So you're really getting to learn it inside and out. And then you also see we have over 150 learning labs right here on our campus. So a couple of our live labs that I'd like to talk about are our dental hygiene clinic, our automotive labs, and also our baking and culinary. So through our dental hygiene clinic, you can see a small snapshot of that in the bottom left corner. We treat over 2,000 patients a year with preventative care in our dental hygiene clinic. So our dental hygiene students are getting to work with real patients as you're going through the program, making you that much more comfortable with your job and what you can expect in the industry once you graduate. In our automotive labs, students are getting to do a full rotation of what it's like to work in an auto shop. So you're doing everything from like the customer service aspect and running the front desk, you're ordering parts, and then you're also turning wrenches. So you get to do the full customer experience. And then in our culinary and baking programs, you get to work in our Lejeune Chef, our casual fine dining restaurant on campus. So you'll have your labs there making meals for the public. You're also making meals for the campus community and getting a really good feel for what it's like to work in a restaurant. You also have some really cool experiences at the Kentucky Derby and at the Little League World Series catering those events. So really you can get a very well-rounded experience in these programs and get to work in a lot of different kind of aspects and fields. Another cool way is through internships and clinical rotations. So through internships, I always look at those as kind of a way to try out different areas of your field and see what you really love. And also maybe what you want to stay away from once you're graduating and looking for a job. Another good way to also start building your network and getting those connections with employers out in the field. And that's something that career services can help you with. I also know our faculty will get emails from employers directly too when they have positions to get filled. So it's very easy to get connected with those employers as you're moving through your program. Sometimes students will even intern with the same program from the time they're a freshman through their senior year, and it's like a 4-year job interview. Speaking of 4 years, maybe you're not ready to make that full commitment just yet. You can start out in a 2-year associate degree program and work through your program. And then at the end of those 2 years, decide if you would like to graduate and start working in the job industry, or you can continue on and earn that bachelor's degree. So you can graduate with 2 degrees in 4 years. There's also some programs that we offer where the curriculum would overlap, where you can combine 2 associate degrees in 3 years. It all depends on what you want to do, but that's something that I can help you with too. You're going to have lots of support services while you're here on our campus. From your admissions experience as a first-year student, you'll have an advisor that will help you transition to college and will kind of be your go-to person for any questions that you have. It could be about scheduling, housing, where to eat on campus, literally anything. You'll get an academic advisor too that will meet with you about your schedule, and that'll be a faculty member from your program. And we also have tutoring services and other really great services that you can work through. And I'm almost at time, so I do want to cover our admissions process. We are open enrolling admission. We don't require SATs or ACTs. We also do not require a minimum high school GPA. What we're going to be looking for is for you to submit your application either on our website or Common App. There's no application fee, and then send us your transcript. We'll be able to evaluate that within a few days, and you'll hear back from us with an admissions decision. So it's a really quick process. If you have any questions, I'm going to post my information in the chat. Thank you so much for your time tonight. I also want to plug really quick that we have an open house coming up on Saturday as well, and a couple coming up in November. So thank you so much. I hope to see you guys on campus soon.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Katie, for taking the time to share a little bit more about Pennsylvania College of Technology. At this point, I'll invite all of our presenters to rejoin us on camera, and we do have time for a few questions for the group before we wrap up our session here. So I'll encourage our presenters to answer in the order that you all presented, just to help with some of that muting and unmuting fun that comes along with group Zooming. We'll go ahead and start with the question of what advice would you give someone currently going through the college search process?
So I guess that's me. Hi, my name is Mark at YTI Career Institute. 2 things that I think are just really vital when you're looking through the college process. Number one, do a lot of research online. Look at Yelp reviews, look at all the reviews on the college, and then also plan your visits to the college and plan those early. Because as you saw today, there are a great deal of majors, different types of school environments, so that you can make sure that you have the best fit. And then, of course, you're going to try to apply to several schools and not just focus in on one school at a time.
Hey y'all, Gio from WPI again. My biggest piece of advice for students is brag about yourselves. This is the only time you're allowed to do it without us judging you. Don't focus just on what you do in your high school. Focus on what you do in your communities, your religious communities, community service, all of that. And then if you were going to do something that was interrupted by COVID, please let us know, because that's just as important to us. Give us a good picture of not only who you're going to be in the classroom, but also who are you going to be in our communities as well.
Me, I always make it kind of simple. Just feel free to contact us if you have any questions. I mean, I think a lot of times students think they have to do this on their own or have to like ask people that might have gone through this. Directly reach out to us. We've heard every single question in the book. And I think all of us seem pretty nice. So I mean, you shouldn't be afraid to ask us questions, but like use those emails, give us calls, text, whatever. If there's something that matters to you or something that you can't remember or you're curious about, never hesitate to just send a quick email and be like, hey, what was that about your programs again? And we'll be more than happy to help out. This process can be very stressful, so just use us. We're a good resource.
One bit of advice, honestly, to wrap up kind of in a nice little bow what we've heard so far from the other presenters. Again, no question is a stupid question. Feel free to ask all the questions you could possibly ask. Do your research. Don't be afraid to come to campus if you want. And also, make sure you're doing your FAFSA on time. I think that's the one important thing that I like to stress to all of my students coming in. To make sure you're doing your FAFSA on time. So financial aid doesn't yell at us.
My biggest takeaways would be, well, at least going to anyone that's looking at college right now, is to be sure you find 2 or 3 things that you really want to highlight and what you want in your college experience, and really find the best fit that fits all those things. And also too, really make sure that you look at the finances, because college, yeah, it could be expensive. Then also too, it could be very affordable. So just make sure you stay on top of the finances and really factor that in with your decisions as well.
And my advice is keep an open mind as you're going through this process. You're exposed to so many different things and so many different possibilities. So take a little bit of time to explore those different things, because you never know what you're going to end up falling in love with. And when you get to college, again, keep that same mindset, get involved on campus and put yourself out there a little bit, try something new. Now is the perfect time to do so.
Wonderful. Yeah, thank you to all of our presenters for sharing a little token of wisdom on the college search there. I appreciate it. I'm sure our audience does as well. I do think we have time for one more lightning round question. And we'll go ahead and have everyone share, what is your biggest takeaway about your institution coming from today's presentation?
So I think the biggest takeaway that I have is just kind of the distinction with what a career school is. At YTI Career Institute, really want to focus not on a major, but really the true and real life skills that you'll be able to obtain and learn while you're in school, and how that directly aligns with a job when you're done school.
For us at WPI is that we put theory in practice, right? So you're not only engaging with the work in the classroom, you're also doing it with both control projects and projects in the real world, so that by the time you graduate, you know exactly what you want to do, instead of going and saying, let me see if this is for you.
Lawrence Technological University, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You're going to get in your major right away. You're going to start labs right away. And we really want to make sure that you are progressing through your field to get to a career as quick as possible.
At Capital Tech, we definitely make sure that that our students are, equipped with all of the things that they possibly need. So Career Services is 100% able and willing to assist you with getting your career up and running. So definitely utilize that.
At Thaddeus Stevens College, we prepare you not just for life, we prepare you to go out there and do great things in your workforce. So come to Thaddeus Stevens College.
And for Penn College, I'm going to have to say that if you're looking to combine that hands-on technical education aspect, but also want to have the full college experience, you can definitely have that on our campus.
Wonderful. Yes, thank you so much to all of our presenters for sharing that takeaway. I know we throw a lot of information out to the students within this 45 minutes here, so it's great to have it all nice and tidy and concise as we conclude things here. But that is the time that we have for today's session. Thank you so much to all of our presenters, and a big thank you to our student audience for joining us. A few quick housekeeping notes before we conclude here. There will be a very quick 5-question survey that will appear on your screen as the session ends. If you don't mind filling that out, it's helpful for us to get some feedback as we continue to plan events such as these. For this fair, there will be a breakout room that I sent in the chat. Feel free to join that. You'll have the chance to chat one-on-one with the representatives that presented this hour. through that space. It's also linked on the landing page where you registered. So you'll be able to find both that breakout room link and the recording for this session at strivescan.com/Chester County. So thank you once again to our presenters. Thank you once again to all of you, and I hope that everyone has a wonderful remainder of their evening.